Hi, welcome to WorldPPG.com. I'm Michael Purdy. We're here with Jeff Going, and we're talking about the beach blast in Florida. Jeff was there, and now Jeff is here.
And it was good. Yes, I was there, albeit only for a day and a half, but it was very good. In fact, this was probably one of the last beach fly-ins we may get to enjoy in a public area like this. That's why I thought it was so cool.
That's not going to happen there again?
No, it is going to happen. In fact, the way I think we should all treat it is that John, it looks like, has all the approvals. John Black, who put it together, has all the approvals to do this next year. And I think that we should all take advantage of that and attend. It's a great expose for powered paragliding. They block off a section of the beach, a pretty good sized section of the beach that's intended primarily for us. So given the history of every other beach fly-in, I think this is incredible. So next year it's on, and we should all go because you just never know when it's going to be the last one. So we'll fear that it's the last, attend it like it's the last, and hope it's not the last.
All right. Well, that makes sense. And how many people do you think were there?
This was a definite number, 185 registered pilots, and obviously quite a few more. You know there's quite a few more because the hotel reported 200 rooms at the discount rate, and we got a pretty good discount. Now, this hotel, I got to tell you, was going out of its way to accommodate us. In fact, I had a 6th floor room. I think they're all overlooking the beach, but I was right next to the beach. And I got that room so that I could do videotaping. And I've got a story about the videotaping, remind me later. But they went out of their way. You've got this nice hotel, and you even had a place underneath to store your gear, and it's right on the beach. And you walk off the beach and into this area that's enclosed and locked to store your gear. So when you wake up in the morning, or whenever, because of course it's a beach and it's flyable all day long, you saunter down, get your gear, stroll it out to the beach, launch at will. And the walk is probably no more than, 100 feet. Very convenient. You walk through the pool area, huge pool. It's very nice, very plush. There's, of course, restaurants within feet of the beach, a nice restaurant right there at the hotel. And the rooms were about $120 a night, so it's not exactly cheap. But remember, this is a resort, so you're not just there for powered paragliding, although that's what most people obviously were there for in our group. But I talked to one person, his wife said, well, you go off and do your flying thing. We're going to have a good time poolside.
That's so important, too. You want to keep the significant other happy if they're not a pilot.
That's right.
If they're not a pilot.
And the children. And really, this is a tourist destination. I had no idea that Panama City was so much an attraction on its own right. They've got a Ripley's, believe it or not, Titanic there. It's
Titanic?
They've made this, it's the Titanic sinking.
Oh, my God.
So it's sticking out of the ground with the screws all up in the air, spinning, and slowly, I might add, so if the children wander in. But there's a whole bunch of attractions to see there. As it was, I flew my airplane into the little airport there, Panama City, which actually has airline service, so you can fly airlines down there, and rented a car. It was awesome.
What is this picture we're looking at now? I've got it highlighted on the screen. It looks like someone's laying in the sand. Someone's taking a picture. There's obviously a story behind this picture.
I unfortunately don't see it. Is the one someone's on the ground?
Yeah, it's a yellow wing. Guy with a Hawaiian shirt is kind of underneath the part of the wing laying in the sand. And there's two guys standing there.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, there were a lot of familiar faces, primarily the East Coast pilots. That's what's so nice about this event, is that if you don't want to drive thousands of miles, it's a great place to go. It's a great place to go if you do want to drive thousands of miles, and hopefully we'll get more West Coasters there. Tall, Paul Anthem, PPG Morons, Paul. You know Paul, right?
Yeah.
That is Paul. And he is so funny. He does these PPG for Morons videos, puts them on YouTube, and if you type in PPG for Morons, you'll know what I mean.
Right.
Well, now I don't see the picture, but I remember it was because I sent the thing. And Paul did several videos. This was one of them. And he had this ragged out wing that somebody sold him for $100. Well, he proceeded to do a variety of things that ended up in that wing being far from airworthy. So far from airworthy, it wasn't even kite-worthy.
Oh,
You'll
wow.
just have to watch his videos to see. But we'll have to have Paul on the show.
Right.
He's a funny
that's
guy.
a very good idea. That's a very good idea. All right. Time's going quickly. We're going to see another photo in a second of somebody flying along the beach. But tell us what happened. You were mentioning the room you got and why. You got some incredible footage. There's the video.
Yes,
see
my primary mission. I mean, I always love to go to the events and see everybody. That's what I really enjoy, and try new gear, and I did some of that. But I'm working on the video, Master Powered Paragliding, and so I wanted to go in support of that. One of the things I needed to get was footage of a maneuvers type clinic. So I did get that, but I wanted to do videotaping initially from my window to get people flying by. This is just kind of for background footage for various things. So I have a nice steady cam type of range. It's not a steady cam, but the way I hook up a camera for nice steady shots, and I got a good high quality, high def camera, got out on my balcony, and I started recording. Not 2 minutes into it, a pilot launched and turned and was flying towards me in a way that would fly him right by my window. Perfect. And I was on him. Nicely, smoothly, steadily, and close. As he goes by, he starts pulling right brake. He wants to turn right. Actually, what happened was he pulled some right brake, swung out to the left a little bit, and started swinging back to the right, as they do, and then started pulling more right brake because he wanted to turn steeper, and pulling more and more, and then he spun the glider. The right trailing edge started giving way, and then the whole thing turned around, did a 180, and he fell onto his back, probably 60 feet, because I'm on the 6th floor. Yes. And he fell in between some fence posts and a balcony. So he was extremely lucky that he wound up in soft sand. That might have saved his life. Well, certainly his paramotor saved his life, because it crumpled and gave way and absorbed a lot of the energy from the impact. But it was a classic spin, and I got the whole thing.
Video.
Amazingly enough, unlike most times when this stuff happens, I did not drop the camera and look to think, oh my God, because that's what was going through my mind. But I stayed on him, and it wouldn't have been, cool if it weren't for the fact that the pilot was entirely unhurt. He landed backwards on soft sand. The motor absorbed the impact, and he was fine.
But you know what? I mean, you had to take the video anyway. I mean, there was nothing you can do, and we can all learn from this, regardless of the outcome. It's lucky that he survived. But,
it is lucky that he survived, and I've been saying for years that the vast majority of wing-related accidents are caused by pilot action rather than turbulence.
Right.
Turbulence certainly causes a few, but when you go to events, and if it's a problem with the wing, in all likelihood, it was mishandling by the pilot, not caused by turbulence.
Okay. All right, we got to take a quick break here. When we come back, we're going to look at some photos from the Beach Bash and wrap up that. So stick around. I'm Michael Purdy. You're at worldppg.com with Jeff Going. We'll be right back.